I joined the practice in 2012. At that time, I was a Revit user. I had been a Revit user for 8 years, and I tried to implement Revit into this practice. But part of our design team were on Cinema 4D, and the interaction between Cinema 4D and Revit was not ideal. So after much kicking and screaming, they convinced me to try Archicad in about 2015, I think it was, 2014. And when I eventually pulled my finger out my ear, 2 weeks had gone by and I had a full hotel, 96 key hotel, ready for tender in 2 weeks. And that was enough for me to be sold on Archicad. Archicad officially for five years, I think, maybe just a fraction longer. It works for our practice. It works exceptionally well. Very happy. But I've been on 3D since 2000. I started in AutoCAD ADT 3D, working on Heathrow Airport. So for me, 3D documentation is the only way to work on it. I suppose there's a day coming relatively shortly, the next year or two, that I will then overtake my Revit experience with Archicad experience, and certainly not looking to change back anytime soon. From an upfront design point of view, it's incredibly intuitive. We can produce upfront design with clients. I've won projects with literally screen grabs of white model renders off Archicad. You can actually get the base geometry of a project very quickly, and then adjust it downstream. We're always looking for efficiencies downstream, which I think is where our focus is. But upfront, if I had to say my one key enjoyment of Archicad is the upfront interaction that we get out of it as a practice, and specifically with the interaction with Cinema 4D, we produce very, very high-end design information very quickly.
Scott & Partners is an architecture, interior and furniture design studio dedicated to producing beautiful solutions around the globe. Our services include master planning, high-end residential and commercial architecture. We also specialize in interior design and decor, as well as bespoke furniture design. As a studio with a strong technical framework, we rely heavily on our 3D software. At inception, a fundamental decision was made to build our practice on Graphisoft's Archicad. And the company we know and love today has been built on 17 years of Archicad experience. Personally, I have been working on Archicad for 7 years, with 3 of them being employed at Scott & Partners. As a company, we see the immense value that Archicad adds to our design process, whether it be in the very initial concept design stages or the very detailed drawings that we need to produce during construction. We can do everything on one platform. We can also incorporate 2D and 3D information from other consultants, and as a result, foresee future problems before they arise on site. This allows us to solve everything and give us a relatively easy construction process. Our clients especially love it when we walk them through our 3D models. They always seem amazed by how interlinked everything is. It's a really good tool when I need to show a client something on 3D while they sit with me in a meeting, and I can simply move a few walls and show them the updated specs. It saves so much time. Long gone are the days where we had to spend weeks to draw out different options. With a quick click of a button, we can transform a whole house. The best part of it is, because everything is so quick, we can test multiple different options. We don't need to get stuck on one option because we spent a week drawing it. With a few clicks, we can change it, get the client's approval, and it makes everything easier. During the worldwide coronavirus pandemic, especially during our country's national lockdown, we relied heavily on the BIM cloud. Graphisoft was kind enough to give everyone free access to the BIM cloud, and this allowed us to continue with the real-time collaboration between projects. Team members could work from the safety and comfort of their own homes. Having not yet delved too deep into Archicad 24's new features, we are really excited about the potential that it has. Being able to have one centralized model between architects and engineers, design coordination processes will be so much easier. We will also be able to avoid potential costly delays. Something about Archicad 24, which I absolutely love, is its new integration to Twinmotion. If you think our clients were happy when we walk them through the 3D Archicad model, you should see their facial expressions when I walk them through a Twinmotion real-time rendering model. I can sit with them and change a material to something lifelike and realistic with a simple click of a button. Our clients are super impressed and they can see their future dream house on the screen. All of this together just contributes so much to what we as a practice want to do and want to achieve. Archicad allows us to focus on the design without worrying about the limitations of our software. It eases and assists our design process.
I'm Mika Drumer and I've recently started my own studio in Worcester called Mika Drumer Architects. We've decided to go with Archicad. It seemed the natural progression, having worked with it for the last 9 years. We focus on small scale residential and offices at the moment, also farm buildings, being based in the Boerland and within a big farming community, specializing in new builds as well as alterations and additions and renovations to existing buildings. I believe very strongly in an interactive approach with the client throughout the design process, which allows for, I believe, a much better building at the end of the day, which makes the client happy as well as the architect and anyone else involved in the process. And Archicad facilitates this. It's great for playing around with options, manipulating it. I would say that's one of my favorite things about Archicad is how flexible it is. Whether I'm working on a small residential project or a big office block on teamwork and with a big team underneath me, with me, I can adjust its tools and its capacity to what I need for each project. Up to doing custom design furniture, when it's able to build up to tiny parts of that furniture on Archicad and use it to your benefit. So I think the opportunities are endless and there's still so much to learn and explore within Archicad. So I will admit as well that I often use it to help me with some graphic design things as well, designs, layouts. What do I like most about Archicad 24? I'll say the one thing I'm very excited about is the model comparison. Being somebody who likes exploring various options with a design, this now allows me to easier view the different options and be able to compare them next to each other. So that's very exciting, and I think it's going to lead to much more refined designs, much more possibilities in how to look at your design and how to change designs and develop them as you go along. Also quite excited about the MEP tools. It'll be quite nice to play around with that and set up your services within a small house, for example, see where they clash, where they don't, how it fits into your design. Especially a lot of clients, if you're going more industrial route, they want things exposed. How can you show that? So that I think is going to be an added benefit, especially when you don't have a mechanical, electrical engineer on board the project. I have been using Archicad for about the last 9 years. It was actually the first 3D program that I started off with, and it took a bit of getting used to in the beginning, like anything, but once you get onto it, it's quite addictive, and it's great to just learn about it every day, how it works and what you can do with it. I think there's so much more to still learn that I'm not even aware of. Because if you're working on small scale projects, you don't always need the complex functions that Archicad can do. Yet, knowing that those options are around for a big project one day is great. And the fact that you can apply those complex functions to a small project as well.